Crazy. Look at this. I'm in Vancouver Island right now, just going around to different hobby shops, exploring what's out here, and I happened upon a store called
AFRO RC.
AFRO RC. Where is it?
In Langford.
What?
Of all places.
Langford?
On the island.
That's right, in BC.
That's right.
Wow. And your name is?
AFRO.
The owner.
I'm the owner and operator of this little piece of heaven.
Yes.
Time to break stuff. Let's go.
I see you've got a whole bunch of awesome toys here. There's something unusual about this place that I don't often see in my travels. Look at this beautiful drift course all the way around. Who remembers my learning how to drift series back in the day? Unbelievable how far the drift hobby has come. AFRO, I have to ask you, sir, is this a big part of the hobby where you're from?
Yes.
Yeah?
Gigantic. Definitely, it's been part of my life for at least 30 years now, between RC drift cars and obviously real drift cars. But I've taken the experience from the real to put it into a small car.
What is your background, if you don't mind me asking?
My background is I used to be a crew chief for a real drift car team within Formula Drift, and I've worked in Japan on D1 Grand Prix.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was the head judge as well for the World Drift Series, which is in China.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, how did you go from being over in Asia and doing that kind of thing to coming over to the British Columbia Island?
I'll tell you, I'll try and make the story as short as possible. Sure. Things became a little scary for myself and my family in Africa, and I had the opportunity to come to the US to work within a drift team. And while that was all going on, we applied for Canadian citizenship, and funny enough, we had all the right qualifications to become Canadian citizens. So, and yeah, thank God.
This drove you to open a hobby store that was...
Well, I've always been into models and 1/10 scale cars and stuff. I used to race. I used to try and drift them. Back then, we didn't have anything, you know, for them. So the only thing I could think is to keep on having fun with what I know, and I wanted to hang out with people in an area where it was safe,
yeah,
without, you know, any problems or stuff like that. I had a track in Vancouver at first, but saw the island was more my style and my speed of things, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I closed that place down because they demolished the building, and I moved to the island, and then eventually found this area for myself and my friends, and I might as well make a little bit of money to keep the doors open.
Yeah. That's why we're doing this video right now. Have we ever met before?
I wish.
Well, I'm here now, and one of the things I noticed, AFRO, was your name on the wall over there. Did you actually paint that, or is it a sticker, or what?
That's been painted.
You did it?
My wife actually did that.
Why? Shout out to AFRO's wife, because that looks spot on.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta tell you, my wife's family is actually South African as well.
Way.
Oh yes, oh yes. Straight through, so I know the stories well, and you know, I've got to say, I got to see you do some drifting today. Is that even possible?
Hell yeah.
Okay, he finally gets a chance here. Of course, he has had no practice today since I've walked in.
You can go anywhere on the track you want, whatever works for you. But
whichever works.
First, okay?
Yeah, man. Aha. Oh, I know, man. Whoa! Nice.
I just moved that one deliberately.
Yeah, course modification.
Yeah.
So people have been asking me to get into drift cars again. And of course, where I live, there isn't really much of a drift scene whatsoever. But this is definitely making me want to do that. What a great floor. Can you imagine that AFRO actually has half of his store, half of the retail space dedicated just to having fun with the radio control models? His story is inspiring. Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, because I know people are gonna ask right now, hey, what model are you using?
I am using a Yokomo YD2 SX 3 purple edition.
Is that the one on the wall back there?
No,
I see
sir.
2s, yes.
Yeah, so that's a YD2E,
Okay.
which is the stock form. It's more intro chassis, so, you know, it's not a hyper-modified, hyper-specialized chassis.
Yeah.
The price difference is huge. You know, sure, you can buy the latest and greatest, but if you don't know how to use it,
yeah,
you're kind of in trouble.
Right.
That's the thing about drifting that I like so much. It's like you can buy anything you think you can, but if you don't know how to set it up and drive it properly, you're in a world of trouble.
I have to ask an inflammatory question because you seem to be in the full-size world as well as in the small-size world.
Right.
When your tires are turning almost to 90 degrees, is that still considered drifting when it's not really done in full size, or is it done in full size?
It's done in full size too. There's a couple of companies that do make a kit that's a bolt-on application. Obviously you need to still do the toe and the caster and all that good stuff that goes with it. But yes, there is companies that make 90 degrees or close to 90 still.
So in the RC world, it's totally just scaled down then? Generally.
Yeah.
Okay, and
we just
second,
copy and paste.
are you using rear wheel drive, front wheel drive?
Rear wheel drive only.
Wow.
Yeah, this whole club is rear wheel drive.
Can you explain the difference between all wheel and rear wheel in drifting?
So if you imagine back in the day, we didn't have the capabilities of sensing when your car's starting to step up or step out. Sorry.
Right.
But funny enough, helicopter and plane guys had that technology available. But us as dummies, we need to know we can use that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So back then it was all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive chassis, which is more like a
power slide.
Well, it's more like a rally car.
Right?
You're turning towards the corner for the rear to come out and stay out. Right. And then we started doing counter steer or CS.
Counter steering.
Where we were changing the front differential to the rear differential.
Yes.
So now, yes, your rear is pushing more than the front. And now you can kind of counter steer, counter react.
Yes, cool.
Right, and then a couple of us broke our front CVDs or your front belt at that point. Right, and then, you know, because of that, now you've got rear wheel drive. But then at some point, a very smart monkey found a helicopter gyro that was part of his receiver, and he put that in his car, and he had counter steer. Like it was turning for him. Essentially, if you think about it, in a real drift car, you have caster built into the front end. Or in a real car for that matter. And that helps you park and self-steer itself when the rear gets loose. So, in a real drift car, you'll drive towards a corner, you know, initiate a little bit of a counterweight, you'll accelerate, the rear will come out, you let go of the wheel, and the wheel will self-correct itself. Right. But there's no way that you can feel that in a remote-controlled drift car, right? You're sitting here, that's your steering, but you don't feel anything. There's no connection between you and that. So you don't feel the weight shifting out, you don't feel the weight moving, or nothing. You don't feel anything. Well, the gyro is the caster in the front end. You give it a little hip, it counter steers for you, you get the steering smooth with your hand, and accelerate.
Nice.
And that's...
Well said.
Yeah.
One is definitely power sliding when you have your Subaru rally car, and then true drifting, I would imagine, would be rear wheel drive. Is drifting front wheel drive also?
No, drifting in a front wheel drive car would be more like a rally style thing, or a gymkhana, or timed course. Okay. That would be, you know, you using the handbrake.
Excellent answer.
That kind of thing.
Give us a rip around here.
So, if I, you know, finally balance the steering and let go of it, it's all steering itself.
Because of the gyro.
Right.
Yes.
Now, if I let go of the accelerator, it'll start straightening out the wheel.
Yes, I see that.
That's when your car will go this way, you turn that way a little bit, let go of her again, and then keep going.
Yes.
Right? Small steering input, a lot of small steering input.
Yes.
Will give you that big donut, and then let it go this way, and there we go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for the lesson.
Yeah.
If people want to know more, they can come down to the store?
Please come down to the shop or message me on Facebook.
What's the Facebook page?
Facebook page is AFRO RC Club.
Wow, this is so much different than what I'm used to. It's been years since I did anything drift.
Yeah, so I'll point out to you what is here. This is my ESC or my computer. Obviously that distributes the power between the motor.
From the battery to the motor?
From the battery to here, from here to here, or from here to the gyro, or from here to the receiver, which communicates with this guy, which communicates one in turning, right?
Wow.
So now if I shake my rear end, you'll see it counter steer itself, right? And then if you look at the radio, it has RPMs on it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, not working.
There's so much RPM, I think.
Aha.
Oh, not working?
Not working. That's okay. That's very typical when we go to show something that does work. There it is. There it is. Very good.
Yeah. And this one's got turbo, so it'll rev up and then it'll boost up.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. What turn is your motor?
10.5.
10.5, I
always
see
run
there.
10.5s because it's the easiest between them. At that point, we just change the gear ratios between the motor and the spur, right? Depending on the spur, we change that. Usually like a 30 to a 84. I can't remember what stock is, but yeah, pretty cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and then the wheels is Techigen, which is a offsettable rim.
Yeah.
So you can change the offsets by simply undoing the back and then moving the barrel in or back out.
Do you sell all these parts here?
I sell all of this that's sitting on the table here. Yeah, and I custom build stuff for customers too. So I'll show you a custom build. This is also a YD2 SX.
Wow.
3 black edition, and you can see the shocks.
Look at the fan on there.
I've made some special adjustments to the shocks.
They're very bouncy.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing for body roll?
Well, it's good for body roll. If you have a surface like this or cement that's super smooth, you're trying to get as much traction and movement in the chassis as possible. Right? If it was a high traction surface, we would stiffen it up more like a race setup. Yeah.
You remind me a lot of my old buddy Crawler Ted that did a rock crawling course in his garage. You seem to be the guru of drift around here.
Thank you.
Guru of drift RC. Amazing.
Yeah.
What a beautiful looking ride.
Yeah, so this is built especially for a customer. He wanted a Honda body.
Yeah, and he got it.
The body. I still have to do the 3D intake, so it'll be an NSX-R. There's a 3D intake.
Oh, cool.
Right, and then I still got to put a wing on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know how many people love scale garages, and look at this, right up at the front counter. Booyah! There's 2 cars. Look at this. With the, you can't go beyond the fence. No one's allowed. If your name is on the list, you might be allowed beyond the gate.
That's why the security chicks are here.
And
the little dog.
My buddy Rookie right here would love this. He's right into this kind of stuff.
There you go. Little Gundam girls.
As long as they can sing some death metal, he's into the thrash metal. So yeah,
okay.
but
so
look like that.
Baby pop, yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay, so if you guys are into drifting, make sure to come down to AFRO's RC Club. And you do this on Saturdays as well, right?
Yeah,
Open
Saturday, Sunday, every day.
Every day RC. Come on down here, check it out. Bye, guys.